There are moments in life when the path ahead seems endless, when you feel exhausted, misunderstood, and alone. You look around and wonder, why me? You question your strength, your purpose, your worth. But my friend, it's exactly in those moments that your true character is being shaped. When life is gentle, everyone can smile, but when life is hard, that's when you see who you truly are. Strength does not come from comfort, it comes from the days that break you and the nights that test your faith. Pain is not the enemy, it's the teacher that whispers, grow. You see, every struggle carries a hidden lesson, every fall a hidden seed of power. When you fall, you are given two choices, to stay down or to rise stronger. And every time you rise, even trembling, you prove that your spirit cannot be defeated. Do not be afraid of the dark moments. They are not your end, but your transformation. The lotus blooms only in muddy water. The sword is forged only in fire. And you, yes, you are being shaped by your trials into something extraordinary. So when life is hard, stay calm, breathe deeply, and remember who you are. You have already survived so much. You have already faced countless storms, and you're still here. That means there's strength in you that you haven't even seen yet. Hope is not a weak word. It is the silent power that keeps your heart beating when your mind tells you to give up. Hold it close, protect it, because hope is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. And one day you will look back and realize that the very moments that broke you also built you. The pain you once feared will have become the foundation of your strength. So rise, stand tall even if your knees shake, refuse to let despair define you. Keep walking even when the path is unclear. Life's storms are not here to destroy you, they are here to awaken the warrior within you. Stay strong, never lose hope. The world needs your light, especially when it's hardest to shine, when the storm rages and everything feels like it's falling apart. Remember this, a diamond is born only under pressure. The fire that tries to destroy you can also be the fire that refines you if you choose to rise instead of crumble. Life will not always be gentle. There will be times when everything you planned falls apart, when the people you trusted walk away, when the world feels heavy on your shoulders. It's in those moments that your strength is truly tested, not in comfort, not in ease, but in adversity. When things are easy, we all appear strong. We smile, we move with confidence, we speak of resilience, but true strength is not revealed when life is kind. It is revealed when life demands everything from you, when you have nothing left but your will to keep going. That is when you meet your true self. It's not the version of you that everyone sees, it's the version that stands in the dark, trembling, uncertain, yet still refusing to give up. That is real power. Pressure can either crush you or create you. It depends on how you respond. When life's weight bears down on you, it can make you feel small, helpless, lost. But within that same pressure lies the potential to transform you into something far greater. A diamond does not emerge from comfort. It is formed deep within the earth, under immense heat and unimaginable force. If it were spared from that pressure, it would remain only a piece of coal. The same truth applies to you. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without resistance, there is no strength. Without pain, there is no transformation. When everything feels heavy, remind yourself that this pressure is shaping you for something larger. It is revealing the parts of you that you didn't know existed. It is teaching you patience, endurance, and courage. It's easy to stay calm when the sea is still, but it takes mastery to remain steady when the waves crash over you. The mind must learn what the heart already knows, that storms don't last forever, and even in chaos, there is opportunity. There is a sacred silence that exists inside every struggle. If you listen carefully, you'll hear it. It's the quiet voice within you that says, keep going. It's faint at first, drowned by fear and doubt, but the more you listen, the stronger it becomes. That voice is your inner strength calling you forward. It does not shout, it whispers, reminding you that even when everything outside you is falling apart, there is still something inside you that cannot be broken. Life will press you, it will challenge you, it will stretch you to your limits, but that pressure is not punishment, it's preparation. You are being trained for the next chapter, refined through resistance. And though it hurts now, one day you'll understand that every ounce of pressure was building the foundation for your greatness. When everything feels heavy, remind yourself that this pressure is shaping you for something larger. It is revealing the parts of you that you didn't know existed. Each challenge, each obstacle, each moment that tests your patience or shakes your confidence is not random, it is purposeful. Life does not hand out hardships without reason, even though in the moment they can feel cruel and unfair. These experiences are teaching you lessons that cannot be learned any other way. The struggle is not a punishment, it is a teacher, showing you the depths of your resilience, the boundaries of your courage, and the hidden corners of your own potential. When you face resistance, you are being pushed to uncover the strength that lies dormant within you, the strength that only emerges when the world refuses to bend to your desires. It is easy to feel small in times of difficulty, to question yourself and wonder why you are being tested. You may feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on your shoulders, that the path forward is blocked at every turn. But it is in these moments of pressure and discomfort that growth begins to take root. Every time you rise despite the heaviness, you learn something vital about yourself. You are more capable than you realized, more resilient than you believed, more resourceful than you ever thought possible. The human spirit is astonishing in its capacity to adapt, endure, and even thrive under strain, but only when we allow ourselves to confront the hardship rather than shy away from it. Think of each difficulty as a mirror. When you face resistance, it reflects back the parts of you that are untested, the areas where you have room to grow. Perhaps it shows patience you did not know you possessed, courage that only manifests when fear is at its strongest, or creativity that is awakened only when familiar solutions fail. Resistance forces you to dig deeper, to summon a tenacity that may have been hidden beneath layers of comfort or habit. Without these challenges, those aspects of yourself might never surface. Struggle also teaches perspective. When life pushes you to your limits, it clarifies what truly matters. It separates the transient from the essential, the distractions from the priorities, the trivial from the transformative. You begin to understand not just what you can endure, but what you are willing to fight for, what values are unshakable, and which dreams are worth the effort, no matter the cost. Pressure refines your vision, sharpens your focus, and aligns your purpose. Every time you are pushed, you are also given a choice to yield or to rise. Each time you choose to rise, even in the smallest way, you expand your capacity to handle the next challenge. The cumulative effect of facing and overcoming difficulties is profound. You start to see that hardship is not the enemy, but a necessary force that uncovers the layers of your potential, making you stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. It is a journey of discovery, of meeting your own spirit under fire and recognizing that the person you are becoming is forged not in comfort, but in confrontation with life's most demanding moments. Do not be afraid of the dark moments. They are not your end, but your transformation. The darkest times often arrive uninvited, wrapping around you like a thick fog, obscuring your vision and silencing your confidence. You may feel as if everything you've built is collapsing, that no matter how hard you try, nothing changes. In those moments, it's tempting to believe the darkness has swallowed the light for good. But what you cannot see then is that this darkness is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to awaken you. It is life's quiet way of guiding you back to yourself, to your truth, to the core that remains unshaken no matter what happens outside of you. The lotus flower is one of nature's most powerful metaphors. It blooms in the dirtiest of waters, rising gracefully above the mud that surrounds it. Without the mud, the lotus cannot grow. The same principle applies to you. Your struggles are the mud from which your beauty and wisdom emerge. The confusion, the heartbreak, the loneliness, all of these experiences become the soil that nourishes your evolution. When you stop running from the discomfort and start understanding it, you begin to see how every difficult moment serves a purpose in shaping your character and deepening your spirit. The sword too is forged in fire. It is heat-beaten and cooled repeatedly until it becomes unbreakable. If the metal resisted the process, if it refused the fire, it would remain weak and dull. You are no different. Life's challenges are the forge that temper your spirit. Every setback, every loss, every heartbreak is a hammer strike that strengthens your resilience. It is painful, yes, but it is purposeful pain. It is through this process that you become refined, focused, and capable of facing even greater trials with grace and calm. Moments that once terrified you begin to lose their power over you because you have been through the fire and discovered that you can endure it. Transformation does not happen in comfort. It happens in chaos, in confusion, in moments when everything you thought was secure is suddenly shaken. The darkness strips away what is unnecessary. It removes the illusions, the false identities, the dependencies that keep you small. What remains is something raw, honest, and pure, your truest self, and more resilient, more conscious, more capable of standing in the world with authenticity and strength. Every person who has ever achieved true inner peace has walked through their own darkness. They learned not to fear it, but to face it, to sit in its silence until it revealed its wisdom. The dark moments are not a sign that you are lost, they are the threshold to your awakening. They push you to let go of who you were so you can become who you are meant to be. So when life is hard, stay calm, breathe deeply, and remember who you are. The world around you may spin with noise and chaos, but within you there is always a place of stillness, a center that cannot be touched by circumstance. When everything outside feels unstable, the only thing that can ground you is your awareness of self, your quiet understanding that you have faced storms before and survived them. Each breath becomes an anchor, reminding you that no matter how violent the winds become, you still have control over your response. Strength does not always look like action or aggression. Often it looks like stillness, like the quiet decision to remain composed when every part of you wants to panic. In moments of crisis, the mind can easily become your greatest enemy. Fear multiplies, doubt takes root, and hope begins to fade. But this is where the power of awareness becomes your greatest ally. When you breathe with intention, when you slow down and observe your thoughts without judgment, you begin to see that you are not your pain, not your fear, not even your thoughts. You are the one observing them. This simple realization creates distance between who you are and what you are experiencing. Pain may visit, but it does not have to control you. Fear may whisper, but it does not have to define your next step. You begin to reclaim your power from the chaos. Remember who you are, a being shaped by endurance, molded by trials, strengthened by every obstacle that once tried to break you. The fact that you are still here is not an accident. It is evidence of a resilience far greater than you give yourself credit for. Each scar on your heart tells a story, not of defeat, but of survival. You have overcome moments that once felt impossible, and you will do it again. When you remind yourself of this truth, the storm begins to lose its grip. You start to move with clarity instead of panic, with faith instead of fear. To remember who you are is to understand that your worth is not determined by your circumstances. Even when the world misunderstands you, even when your progress feels invisible, you still hold immense value. The difficulties of life may cover your light for a while, but they can never extinguish it. Like the sun hidden behind thick clouds, your strength is always there, waiting for the moment to shine again. And when you learn to breathe through the darkness, to steady your mind and stay present, you discover that you already possess everything you need to endure. Staying calm is not a sign of weakness or indifference. It is a mark of mastery. It means you have learned to trust the process, to face uncertainty with patience, and to meet adversity with wisdom instead of resistance. Each breath becomes a declaration that you are not giving up, that no matter how strong the storm becomes, you will remain rooted in your strength and guided by the quiet confidence that you are capable of enduring anything life brings your way. You have already survived so much. You have already faced countless storms, and you are still here. That simple truth carries a deep and undeniable power. Often we overlook our own history of endurance because we are too focused on the pain of the present moment. We forget that every challenge we once feared has already been conquered in some form. Every hardship we believed would break us has only added another layer to our strength. When you take a quiet moment to look back, you will realize that survival itself is a testament
to your resilience.
You did not make it this far by accident. You made it here because something inside you refused to give up. Think about the moments that once felt impossible, the heartbreaks that left you shattered, the disappointments that stole your hope, the nights when you cried in silence, wondering if things would ever get better. Yet here you stand, breathing, living, still capable of love, still capable of hope. That is strength in its purest form. Strength is not loud. It does not always roar or draw attention. Sometimes it is as simple as getting out of bed when your heart feels heavy. Sometimes it is choosing to keep moving, even when every step hurts. It is the quiet persistence that keeps you alive when life seems unbearable. This resilience within you is not something you have to build from nothing. It already exists. It is part of your nature. Every time life has knocked you down, that inner strength has been there, waiting to lift you again. The problem is not that you are weak. It is that you have forgotten just how powerful you already are. The world has a way of making us doubt our worth, making us feel small or insignificant when challenges arise. But the truth is, your survival story is proof of your capability. You have endured loss, rejection, failure, and fear, and yet you continue to move forward. That is not weakness, it is courage in its most authentic form. There is a deep wisdom that comes from having endured pain. It teaches you empathy, patience, and gratitude. It gives you the ability to recognize the suffering of others and to offer understanding rather than judgment. Every wound you've carried becomes a lesson, and every scar becomes a symbol of the battles you have fought and overcome. Pain transforms you if you allow it to. It strips away the unnecessary and brings you closer to your essence. When you have faced darkness and survived it, you gain an unshakable inner light that no one can take from you. You are still here because life is not finished with you yet. You have more to experience, more to create, more to give. The very fact that you are reading these words means that hope is still alive within you. No matter how faint it may feel, that hope combined with your history of endurance is proof that your strength is not a possibility. It is a reality that has already been demonstrated time and time again. Hope is not a weak word, it is the silent force that keeps your heart beating when your mind tells you to give up. It is the unseen thread that connects you to possibilities that have not yet arrived, the invisible bridge between the pain of today and the peace of tomorrow. Many people misunderstand hope. They see it as a fragile thing, something naive or unrealistic, a dream for those unwilling to face the truth. But hope is not about denial, it is about defiance. It is the quiet refusal to accept that the current darkness is all there is. Hope whispers that no matter how deep the night, dawn will come. It does not promise an easy path, but it reminds you that the path still exists. When everything around you seems uncertain, hope becomes your compass. It gives you direction when logic fails, when the road ahead disappears into mist. Hope does not remove the weight of your challenges, but it gives you the strength to carry them. It fuels the small actions that lead to transformation, the decision to try one more time, to take one more step, to speak one more word of kindness when bitterness would be easier. Even the smallest flicker of hope can light the way through the darkest of times, because within that flicker lives the belief that change is still possible. Hope is born in the places where despair tries to live. It grows strongest in hardship, because that is where it is most needed. When life is gentle, you may not notice it. But when you are brought to your knees, when the future feels unreachable, hope becomes the anchor that holds you steady. It does not shout, it whispers in the quiet of your soul, reminding you that you have survived before and that you can again. That whisper is powerful. It has carried humanity through wars, disasters, heartbreaks, and endless nights of fear. Hope has built cities from ruins, restored faith after loss, and inspired countless people to rise when everything told them not to. Holding on to hope is an act of courage. It is a conscious choice made not because everything is perfect, but because you refuse to surrender your spirit to despair. There will be days when it feels distant, when it flickers weakly under the weight of exhaustion, but even then it is there, waiting patiently for your recognition. Hope does not need to be loud or grand to sustain you. Sometimes it's just the quiet thought that maybe, somehow, things will get better. That small maybe has the power to keep you moving, to keep you open to the unexpected moments of grace that life can still offer. When you protect hope, you are protecting your connection to life itself. It keeps your heart open, your eyes alert, and your spirit willing to grow. Hope allows you to see beauty, even in the midst of pain, to find meaning where others see only emptiness. It is the gentle but unbreakable thread that ties your present struggles to your future triumphs, reminding you that as long as you can believe in the possibility of light, the darkness will never have the final word.